Welcome students again into the 11th science chemistry class. Now in the last lecture I already told you about the Le Chatterjee principle, which is the very important principle in chemistry, because from that principle we can adjust the conditions as pressure, temperature or concentration or catalyst in such a way that how the reaction proceeds maximum into the forward direction and how the yield we obtain will be maximum. So this law is very important because what is the statement of this law? We learned yesterday lecture the statement of the Le Chatterjee's principle. It states that when a system is at equilibrium and is subjected to a change of any one of the factor which determines the equilibrium condition, then the system will respond in such a way that it minimizes the effect of the change. That means any change or any that is the increase or decrease in concentration, pressure, temperature, there is any increase decrease in concentration of pressure or temperature, then during the equilibrium, then the system, that means reaction, adjusts or responds in such a way that it try to minimize the effect which is change at that the time of equilibrium. Now that is the Le Chatterjee's principle. And again we already learned the factor, that is the effect of concentration, change of concentration on the state of equilibrium, because we are learning the influencing factors of Le Chatterjee's principle. The first factor is change in concentration, and as we change the concentration of the reactants or increase the one of the reactant or both of the reactant, we know that the equilibrium shift to the forward direction up to the that increased concentration of the reactant get used up or consumed. That we learn. Now let us learn the second influencing factor, which is also very important, effect of pressure. The factor B, that is the effect of pressure. Now in case of gaseous reaction, pressure have very importance, because pressure is directly pressure of the gas is directly proportional to the concentration of the gas. So in gaseous reactions during the state of equilibrium, pressure is very important. Now how the pressure is directly proportional to the concentration of the gas? That means as pressure increases, concentration of the gas increases, because on increase of the pressure, the gas molecules come closer and closer, and due to that the concentration of the gas increases. Now let us learn again from the ideal gas equation. We know the ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. Now this is the ideal gas equation. Now we want the pressure. So P is equal to nRT divided by V. Now here P is equal to nRT divided by V in this equation. This R is the gas constant and temperature is also constant. So what we say, as temperature and R, that is the gas constant, are constant, so from this we can say that pressure is directly proportional to pressure is directly proportional to number of moles and inversely proportional to the volume of the gas. But we know that number of moles divided by volume is equal to concentration. What is concentration? Number of moles divided by volume of the gas is equal to concentration. So number of mole divided by volume is equal to concentration of gas in moles per decimeter cube. Then what this denote? This denote then that this pressure is directly proportional to the concentration of the gas. As pressure increases, concentration of the gas also increases. That is, now let us learn how this factor, that is the effect of pressure, influence on the equilibrium of the gaseous reaction or equilibrium state of the gaseous reaction. Now consider the two example. In number one example, here is the dinitrogen tetroxide gas is there and it gives the nitrogen dioxide gas. Now in this reaction, 1 mole of N2O4 converted into 2 moles of NO2. That means when product is formed, the number of moles get increased by 1 mole. Now, as the number of moles increases, that gas requires more volume. And as the gas requires more volume, that means the pressure on that gas must be lowered or decreased, and then the volume will be increased. We know that the Boyle's law, that is pressure is inversely proportional to volume. So, as the number of moles increases, volume increases, but pressure decreases. Now let us learn. The effect of change of pressure on the equilibrium can be observed by change in color density of the gas. Now in this reaction, if the density of the color changes, then how the reaction shift to the forward direction or backward direction, we can see this. Now in the first case, decrease the pressure on this gas or on this reaction. If we decrease the pressure, then what happened? As pressure, suppose that this equilibrium or these two gases are at equilibrium in a cylinder, and we decrease the pressure on that cylinder, that what happens? The volume of the gas increases. That means the product molecule formed increases, because on decreasing there is the increase in the product molecules in this reaction, because product molecules have more number of moles than the reactant molecule. That means this reaction favors on decrease of the pressure to the forward direction. Now suppose the pressure get decreased, then what happened? The color darkens. That means color of the gas, color density becomes maximum, color of the gas darkens. What this denote? This denotes that the equilibrium shifted to the right hand side. That means more number of products molecules are formed. That is forward direction, the equilibrium shift to the forward direction, and forward reaction takes place more and more, and product molecules are formed more if the intensity of the gas increases or the color of the gas darkens. That means the reaction proceed to the forward direction, and when the reaction proceed to the forward direction, if we decrease the pressure, because on decreasing pressure there is the maximum yield of the product, because in case of product the number of molecules are more than that the number of molecules of reactant, and so the volume must be increased. Now if there is increase in the pressure on that equilibrium of this reaction, what happened? On increasing the pressure, what happened? This reaction goes to the reverse direction, because on decreasing the pressure there is the on increasing the pressure there is the decrease in the volume. That means these NO2 gas form get again converted into this, that is the N2O4 gas, because the reverse reaction favors on increasing pressure, not decreasing pressure, and the equilibrium shift to the left hand side, because number of reactant molecules are less, and so on increasing pressure volume decreases and the reaction shift to the, that is the left hand side, and color of the gas becomes lighter or colorless, because this is the colorless gas. So on increasing pressure the color lightens and equilibrium shift to the left side, that is the reverse reaction takes place. Now such type of effect is there on the gaseous equilibrium state if we change the pressure on that reaction at equilibrium state. Now let us again take the another example. consider the reaction this H2 plus I2 gives twice HI. Now what is in this reaction? To the both sides there are the number of moles are equal. Here are the two HI are formed, here are 1 plus 1, that is the one hydrogen molecule and one iodine molecule. So 2 number of moles of reactant and 2 number of moles of product. So there is no change in the number of moles. So in such case, if the number of moles to the both sides of the reactions are equal, then there is no effect of change of pressure during equilibrium. So as there is the same number of molecules at the both sides, change of pressure has no effect on the equilibrium. Now that is the effect of the pressure on the Le-Chatterley's principle. Now let us learn the effect of temperature on the Le-Chatterley's principle, and then we will see the effect of catalyst. What is the effect of catalyst on Le-Chatterley's principle? Now let us learn first effect of temperature. Now pay attention on the blackboard. Now we are learning the effect of temperature. Now this is the C, that is effect of temperature on the state of equilibrium or of the Le-Chatterley's principle. Now consider the equilibrium reaction here also. Now this phosphorus pentachloride gas converts into the phosphorus trichloride gas and chlorine gas. Now this is the reversible reaction, and when the equilibrium is there, or this is the exothermic reaction, because this 92.5 kilojoule of heat get evolved or formed. So here is the plus sign. If we want to write this equation in, that is the enthalpy, in the form of enthalpy, then we can write also, that is delta H is equal to, now delta H is equal to minus 92.5. In this way we can write. Or if you have to not write in the form of enthalpy, there is directly plus 92.5 kilojoule, that is the balance equation. That means 92.5 kilojoule of heat is formed, and this shows that the formed heat get evolved. That means it is the exothermic reaction. So the forward reaction is exothermic, and the reverse reaction is endothermic. As during the formation of phosphorus trichloride and chlorine, 92.5 kilojoule of heat get evolved. If we want to go to the left hand side, then the reaction must consume this heat, 92.5 kilojoule, then the reaction go to the reverse direction. That means the reverse reaction is the endothermic reaction. And therefore, what is there? If we increase the temperature or increase the heat, the reaction shift to the reverse direction. That means forward reaction favored at low temperature, because forward reaction evolved heat and then products are formed. But if we increase the heat, then what happen? The reaction shift to the left hand side. So the forward reaction is exothermic and reverse reaction is endothermic. Therefore, if we increase the temperature or heat, the equilibrium shift in the reverse direction to use up the added heat. Then the heat get consumed by these products and they give the reactant. If we increase the heat at equilibrium, then product consume that heat and used up that heat to convert into the reactant. Now that is the effect of increased heat or temperature on the reactions which are that is exothermic at forward direction. Now let us consider again the second example. Consider the equilibrium reaction. Carbon monoxide gas plus hydrogen gas gives methyl alcohol, that is in the gaseous form. At that time also, in that reaction heat get evolved. That means that heat is formed plus heat. And how many heat evolved here? delta H is equal to minus 90 kilojoule per mole. That means the exothermic reaction, forward reaction is the exothermic reaction. This 90 kilojoule per mole of heat get evolved. So the minus sign to the delta H. Now the equilibrium constant is given for this reaction is Kc is equal to, by applying the law of mass action, concentration of product divided by multiplication of concentration of the reactants. Now if we increase the temperature, what happen? Let us learn. At 298 Kelvin, that means at 25 degrees centigrade or 298 Kelvin, what is their Kc? The value of Kc is 1.7 into 10 raised to 17. So that is the maximum value of the Kc at this 298 Kelvin temperature. But if we increase the temperature as 500 Kelvin, at that time the value of Kc becomes 1.1 into 10 raised to 11. Now this value is less than the value at 298 temperature. That means as the temperature increases, the value of Kc here get decreases, because the forward reaction is exothermic, and if we increase the temperature, then the reaction shift to the left hand side to the reverse reaction, and therefore the value of Kc decreases. Now again if we increase the temperature as 1000 Kelvin, again the value decreases to 2.1 into 10 raised to only 6. That means this is very less than the temperature at 298 Kelvin. So as the temperature is increased, the value of Kc get decreased, because this reaction is exothermic reaction. It favors at low temperature, and if we increase the temperature, the reverse reaction get favored, because that is the endothermic reaction, and the equilibrium shift to the left hand side. So the forward reaction is exothermic. So on increasing temperature, equilibrium shift to the left direction, and the concentration of CH3OH get decreases. To the left direction the reaction goes, and therefore the concentration of CH3OH get decreases, and concentration of carbon monoxide and hydrogen get increases. So the concentration of CH3OH get decreases, and concentration of carbon monoxide and hydrogen increases, and so as the temperature increases, the value of Kc decreases. Now that is the effect of temperature on the equilibrium state of the exothermic reaction. How the equilibrium shift to the left hand side on increasing the temperature if the forward reaction is exothermic. Now let us learn the effect of the catalyst on the state of equilibrium of Le Chatterley's principle. Now pay attention at the blackboard, students. Now the last influencing factor on the Le Chatterley's principle or the state of equilibrium is the effect of catalyst. Now generally catalyst does not have any effect at the equilibrium state, but the use of catalyst always increases the rate of the reaction, and if we does not use the catalyst, then the reaction may take many days to complete or to attain the state of equilibrium. But if we use the catalyst, then the state of equilibrium attain in a very few hours. So a catalyst does not generally affect the equilibrium concentrations or the value of Kc, but it only decreases the time required to complete the reaction. So consider the equilibrium reaction, that is the esterification. Now here we are using the acetic acid, or it is also called as the ethanoic acid, plus ethyl alcohol. We know that this is the esterification reaction because ester is formed in this reaction. There is formation of this ester, ethyl acetate. That means the hydrogen of this carboxylic acid get replaced by this C2H5 group. So CH3COO, C2H5, that is the ester is formed, and the water is formed, this OH, and that H form the water. Now the rate of the reaction increases with the use of catalyst, increases with the use of catalyst. But if the reaction is carried out without catalyst, it would take many days to reach equilibrium or to complete to attain that equilibrium. So, however, use of catalyst H plus ion, if we use the catalyst, H plus ion means any acid, H2SO4, sulfuric acid or HCl. Then if we use the catalyst H plus ion, it reduces the time only to a few hours. Without catalyst, that the reaction takes many days to attain the equilibrium. But if we use the catalyst as H plus ion, this reaction attain the equilibrium only in a few hours. But a catalyst does not affect the equilibrium constant, that is Kc, and also the equilibrium concentrations of reactants or product, that is the reaction mixture. Now let us learn, now these are the influencing factor of Le-Chatterley's principle. Now let us learn the industrial application of this Le-Chatterley's principle, that is the Haber process. In the Haber process, this principle is mostly used, and Haber process is nothing but it is the industrial preparation of ammonia. We know that ammonia is prepared by the Haber process from hydrogen and nitrogen gas. And what is the reaction? Now N2 gas plus thrice H2 gas gives, that is the twice NH3 gas, that is the ammonia. And we know that this is the reaction in which the number of moles of the product get decreases. That means number of moles of reactants are more. 1 plus 3, that is equal to 4 here, and here are only 2. So the less number of moles of the product, therefore delta N is equal to 2 minus 4, because we always subtract the number of moles of reactant from the product, and delta N is equal to minus 2. We know that. And also we already learned that in this reaction, if we increase the reactant concentration, then more and more yield of ammonia will be obtained, that we already learned. Now let us learn here the effect of temperature on this reaction and effect of pressure also. Now what is given in effect of temperature? The forward reaction is exothermic here also. So if we increase the temperature, there may be decomposition of ammonia. So this reaction might be favored at lower temperature. So the formation of ammonia is exothermic reaction. Hence lowering of temperature will shift the equilibrium to the right hand side. That means more and more ammonia will be formed on lowering the temperature. At low temperature, the rate of reaction, though it is a small and longer time will be required to attain equilibrium, but at high temperature the reaction occurs rapidly with approaching decomposition of ammonia. So though the temperature is low in Haber process and the reaction requires many, that is the more time to attain equilibrium, but if we increase the temperature in this reaction, then there may be the reverse reaction, there may be the decomposition of ammonia get started, and hence the optimum temperature required for the maximum yield of ammonia is about the 773 Kelvin. So the temperature requires 773 Kelvin. At this temperature, there is the maximum yield of ammonia, and if we increase again the temperature, the yield of ammonia decreases, decomposition will start. And at lower temperature also, the rate of formation of ammonia will be lower. So this is the optimum temperature, 773 Kelvin, which is the best temperature for the maximum yield of ammonia. And what is the effect of pressure? Now we know that there is the decrease in number of mole, that means this reaction favored at maximum pressure, more pressure, then there is decrease in number of moles and formation of ammonia will be more. Then the forward reaction favored at high pressure, as it proceed with the decrease in number of moles. At high pressure the catalyst become inefficient, but if we increase more pressure, the catalyst becomes inefficient or not work. So therefore optimum pressure required or need to be used, and that optimum pressure is about 250 atmosphere. at 250 atmosphere, there is the maximum yield of the ammonia. So that is the optimum pressure, 250 atmosphere, and the optimum temperature is 773 Kelvin. And maximum, that is the, if we increase the reactant concentration, there is the maximum yield of ammonia. And we know that the catalyst use the iron in small quantity of molybdenum. Now this is about the Le-Chatterley's principle, its influencing factors, how the effect of concentration, temperature, pressure and catalyst will be there on the state of equilibrium. This is very important principle for the point of view for theory examination also, and for the, this is very important for the entrance examination, JEE, CET and NEET. So student, you prepared very well, hard work for this Le-Chatterley's principle to study, and industrial applications are very also important. So you, if you understand this video or this syllabus of this chapter and the Le-Chatterley's principle, its influencing factors, what is the effect on the equilibrium state, then you can like, share and subscribe this video, and also tell the other student to subscribe of the 11 science. So best of luck for your study of this chapter gets completed here. Now we'll learn the next chapter in the next lecture, and best wishes for your study for the entrance examination. So subscribe this video. Thank you.